What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Before we get started, I just want to let everyone know that our giveaway is still going on. It ends June 7th. We're giving away either an EOTech XPS2 or $500 cash. All you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, our other channel, Practical Gunners, and follow us on Instagram. So get entered. So it's been a minute now since the shooting in Uvalde happened. Have you heard from a police officer that was there exactly what happened? No, it's been silence. And there's a few people out there who are just full of shit. It's funny, Officer Tatum blocked me from commenting on his videos. Too much logic for you? Well, I'm happy to hear a patriotic person like yourself believes in the First Amendment. Maybe you should reread that. So Officer Tatum and this guy Mike the cop think that they know everything and think that the cops did everything that they could because they were police officers before. But let me just talk straight facts in this video. Chief Arredondo, the guy who made the call to get his men out of the building instead of go in, he forgot his radio going to the call. He was calling on a cell phone to get info. Who goes to a call without a radio, especially an active shooter call? Well, if everybody's wondering why the whole thing got botched, that's probably a pretty good reason. And then the balls on this guy. Some news company went up to him and said, "Do you have anything to say about this?" And he goes, "You know what, we'll address that once the families are done grieving."
We're not going to release anything. We have people in our community being buried, so we're going to be respectful.
I just want your reaction
we're going to be
the director McGraw saying that you were responsible for the decision to go into that room. How do you explain yourself to the parents?
We're going to be respectful to the family.
I understand that, but you have an opportunity to explain yourself to the parents.
And just so you know, we're going to do that eventually, obviously.
When?
And whenever this is done, and let the families quit grieving, then we'll do that, obviously.
Chief Arredondo, I have a quick question for you. I don't know if you have kids, but if one of your kids was at a school and got shot to death, how long would it take you to grieve that? I don't know if it was my kid brutalized like that. I don't know if the grieving stops. 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 20 years? My kid would be graduating college right now? All right, awesome. So we'll get your side of the story once every single parent is done grieving. Just absolutely pathetic. So if you want to push this narrative of, oh, the cops did do something, yes, they did something. They hung out outside and they tried to stop parents like this woman who they handcuffed.
Right away as I parked, U.S. Marshals started coming toward my car saying that I wasn't allowed to be parked there. And he said, well, we're going to have to arrest you because you're being very uncooperative. I said, well, you're going to have to arrest me because I'm going in there and I'm telling you right now, I don't see none of y'all in there. Y'all are standing with snipers and y'all are far away. If y'all don't go in there, I'm going in there. He immediately put me in cuffs. Then
they figured out it was probably not the right idea, so they unhandcuffed her and she got her ass in there.
As soon as they uncuffed me, I jumped that first gate fence. And once I jumped it, I went to my son's class and I knocked on the door and I remember the teacher saying, I'm like, hey, they're already bulge cutting the fence to get me. She's like, you think we have time to get out? I said, y'all have time. I'm going to run for my other son. So I start yelling and I'm being uncooperative and I'm like, well, y'all aren't doing what are y'all doing? Y'all ain't doing. Y'all need to be in here. Give me your vest. Somebody give me a vest. Something.
She literally asked them for a vest.
I started paying attention to how far the shots were being so that I knew the shooter was all the way still by my first son's class. Officer.
And you were hearing gunshots, so you knew
you could hear the gunshots.
Was an active shooter.
It was still active. The gunshots were still active. They were not in there. There was no one in there. If anything, when I pulled up, my car was closer to the school than where the snipers and everybody that was laying on the ground were. They could have saved many more lives. They could have gone into that classroom and maybe 2 or 3 would have been gone, but they could have saved the whole class. They could have done something. Like I told one of the officers, I don't need you to protect me. Get away from me. I don't need your protection. If anything, I need you to go in there with me to go protect my kids.
This mother is a hero, not only for her kids, but for America. She had the correct response for this. And I've heard a million different theories on, oh, well, the cops were trying to think of good tactics. Well, they couldn't just run in there. They would have been shot. This situation is really not about that, though. How is it that a mother could run into the school, go get her 2 kids out without any gear, not see one police officer in the building? Who knows? Maybe they were on the other side, but they sure as hell weren't in there handling business when she was. What do you have to say to that? So look, for the people out there who have the cops back on this one, who are trying to justify what they did, you're not going to convince me, and you're not going to convince 99% of America. You're just not. So I have a better idea for you. Drive your ass out to Uvalde, bring one of the victims dinner one night, look them in the eyes, and say what you've been saying. Oh, well, look, you just don't know what you were talking about. Yeah, you were there. Yeah, they wouldn't let you go into the school, but the cops did a really good job. They were smashing windows out while this guy was still shooting people. We can't call the police out on this one. I thought the right side of America supported police. What's going on? Go say all of that to them. Because those are the people you need to convince, not us.